dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Again. And I had just complimented Angel Reese for being efficient. I had just complimented Angel Reese for putting together a respectable performance. Of course, the Chicago Bravado, they still got their ass kicked, but that doesn't matter. All that matters to the lonely men who follow Angel Reese on social media is that she looks good. But like I told you guys the other day, an excellent performance from Angel Reese, it is rare. It's like seeing a hole-in-one on a par 5.
Player, just one woman on the court beating 5 women. 5 women on the court. That's exactly what happened in tonight's game when the Chicago Sky got destroyed by the freaking Atlanta Dream. Rhyne Howard, guys, of the Atlanta Dream, she single-handedly destroyed the entire Chicago Sky single-handedly by herself. This was supposed to be a totally different video, guys. I honestly thought we had it in the bag. I thought Chicago Sky was going to defeat the Atlanta Dream in tonight's game. We were leading for a large part of this game, and then everything just went to hell. And then, of course, our cookie crumbled.
What do you get when Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky waltz into a game thinking it's business as usual, only to get obliterated by Rhyne Howard, who played like she had a connecting flight and no time for nonsense? This wasn't a game. This was a basketball beatdown, a hardwood hurricane, a full-on highlight reel of destruction. Rhyne Howard didn't just dominate. She exiled the Sky from their own paint. From step-backs to swats, she turned the court into her personal runway and strutted all over Chicago's hopes. Strap in. We're about to unpack this one-woman wrecking crew's takeover.
In the second half, Atlanta was hitting their shots, and Chicago was not. Ariel Atkins, I don't know. She's supposed to be a good deep shooter. She was just okay tonight. I don't know what else they're going to do. But they got to find somebody to fill that void. And Rhyne Howard got on a heater in the second half. And again, Chicago looked good in the first half. The second half, they just got trashed. They just got trashed. I literally saw one play. Angel Reese is going down the court on a break.
At this point, watching the Chicago Sky try to compete is like watching someone show up to a cage match with a feather. And this week, the Atlanta Dream weren't just playing better. They were delivering a basketball sermon, and the Sky were the unwilling congregation. Rhyne Howard lit up the court like it was Game 7 of the finals, while Chicago looked like they accidentally walked into the wrong arena. Howard redefined dominance, turning every possession into a highlight. Meanwhile, the Sky played like they were auditioning for a dramatic reenactment of how not to defend. Brutal doesn't even begin to cover it.
Sky drop another one. No doubt about it, 89-70, the Sky, well, I'll tell you something, dropped another one, just outgunned. And folks, I've said it time and time again, and I'll say it one more time. Rhyne Howard is the best player in the league, bar none. Rhyne Howard, I've been saying this for a minute now. Rhyne Howard can play basketball. I mean, when you get a player that hits the floor and erupts, right? I'm not going to say scores. I'm going to say erupts for 36 points in 3 quarters.
And guess who had front row seats to the disaster, wearing a glittery crown of self-delusion? You guessed it, Angel Reese, the self-anointed MVP, the walking PR campaign, and the queen of empty hype. She came into the league promising to shake it up, to dominate, to redefine greatness. What we got instead was a whole lot of flash, very little fire. Stat sheets don't lie, and Reese has been more bark than bite, a glorified highlight reel with no substance behind the sparkle. She's not the revolution, she's the distraction. And tonight, that spotlight, it exposed everything she wasn't.
Listen, the problem with Chicago Sky, okay, we have a myriad of problems, okay? On court, off court, front office, back office, GM, coach, coaching assistants, the staff, the players, offensive, defense. But right now, looking at this game, Rhyne Howard destroyed us all on her own. Rhyne Howard in that third and fourth quarter, mainly in that last fourth quarter, we were down bad by 20 points, guys, because Rhyne Howard just continued to drop 3-pointers on us. Rachel Banham gave us some here and there. You know, she tried to do the best she could. Ariel Atkins gave us some here and there. Rebecca Allen, some here and there. Okay? But Rhyne Howard acts as the leading 3-point scorer for the Atlanta Dream.
Boy, 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 do you think about me now and then? Can you say Shy City? That's that old Kanye when he was regular. Yeah, it's going down in Chicago. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. We got the Chicago Sky general manager, Jeff P., throwing Angel Reese under the bus? Jeff P. said he's had enough of missed layups. Oh my God, Jeff P. Jeff P. When you start acting like this? Oh my God, but I have to keep it real. Jeff P., I'm going to be honest with you before we even get to what you said in the article. The first place you should be looking before you look at Angel Reese to blame her, before you look at Tyler Moore, you need to look in the mirror. You need to look in the mirror. You are the general manager. You are the one responsible for orchestrating and putting the roster together. You put a bum trash roster together.
The hype surrounding Angel Reese could power an entire city grid, but her actual performance couldn't spark a nightlight. Every time she hits the hardwood, it's like the other team gets an unexpected warm-up drill. Reese came in promising explosions, highlight dunks, game-changing energy, but all we've seen is a flickering sparkler at a 4th of July party no one stayed for. She's been labeled the savior of Chicago, the new era's icon, but her box scores read more like a vanishing act. The Sky brought her in to elevate the franchise, and she has. If by elevate you mean raise the team's turnover count,
Hurting, man. You can't blame it on Angel. Angel had a couple bad games, but I mean, at the end of the day, you know, a lot of people own bringing the heat on Tyler Marsh, but listen, I say this all the time, and he has a lot of culpability. Maybe his X's and O's aren't quite where they need to be a coach at this level, but in my opinion, watching the game for myself, Tyler Marsh can't do nothing for missed shots.
the Chicago Sky are currently stuck in last place, 12th out of 12 teams, firmly at the bottom of the WNBA standings, not near the middle or fighting for respectability. They're in the basement, and if there were a sub-basement, the Sky would be browsing Zillow trying to find a way out of this mess. Their recent blowout loss to Atlanta was more than just a tough game. It was a clear warning sign that this team is far from competing. Atlanta didn't just beat them. They dominated with precision and flair, while Chicago looked disorganized and lost on the court, fumbling through plays like a game of hot potato. Rhyne Howard was in control, showcasing why she's a star, while the Sky seemed distracted, counting ceiling tiles, eager for the game to end. Meanwhile, Angel, once hyped as a future franchise cornerstone, continues to underperform. She entered the league with more press than a royal wedding, but her impact has been underwhelming. Instead of rallying her team, she's more focused on off-court chatter, leaving her on-court performance lacking. Her numbers are mediocre at best, and her excuses top tier. She's doing more talking than playing, and the results reflect that. Crashing performances, missed shots, and a lack of leadership. Reese is trying to steer the ship, but she's pushing the wrong buttons. If Angel is supposed to be the future, someone needs to hit the reset button, because this current trajectory is broken. She was meant to bring energy and passion, but so far, her presence resembles a coat rack. Decent, but uninspiring. The Sky's struggles are deep-rooted, and they have a long road ahead to turn things around.
Angel Reese and her Chicago Sky brethren got absolutely obliterated by the Atlanta Dream last night. And Rhyne Howard, holy moly. Yeah, I said holy moly, flashing back to the 1950s. By the way, I wasn't alive, okay? I'm just letting you know. She destroyed everybody. Everybody. And Angel Reese did Angel Reese things last night. Wow.
If Angel Reese is supposed to be steering this ship, it's clear it's time to abandon it. Reese has spent more energy trying to trademark her image than actually improving her game, and now we're seeing the fallout in real time, live on every broadcast. Fans who once cheered her as the future are now questioning everything, burning their expectations like trash on a fire. The same supporters chanting MVP are now asking, why did we do this? The illusion of her ready-made stardom is shattering, exposed like a poorly written resume in a job interview. You simply can't bluff your way through professional sports, and Reese's attempts to do so are obvious, playing with a pair of twos while the rest of the league is holding a royal flush. Even the most hopeful fans are starting to wake up. They're watching the games, squinting at the scoreboard, and realizing this isn't just a rough patch, it's a full-blown crisis. This isn't a give-or-time situation, it's a Houston, we have a problem scenario. Reese was supposed to change the culture, elevate the team, and lead them to greatness. Instead, she's shifted expectations from playoff aspirations to simply praying for mercy. And when a team finds itself last in the standings, there are only two options: rally together or point fingers. Sadly, the Sky seemed to be heading toward the latter.
I thought it was overblown. I thought that it was just a fun thing to do on the internet and it couldn't be that bad. But the fact is, Angel Reese sucks. And by saying that she sucks, what I mean is that she's not good at doing basketball things.
And it's not looking like a trust fall in that locker room. The chemistry is non-existent. And when your superstar is too busy counting social media likes to focus on film study, that negative energy infects everything. Angel Reese isn't leading the charge. She's steering the team toward irrelevance. Her defenders love to boast about her college accolades as if they grant her eternal immunity. But this isn't the NCAA anymore. This is the pros, where the stakes are higher, the spotlight brighter, and the training wheels are officially off. Angel's riding a unicycle through a minefield, blindfolded. Her numbers are pedestrian, her influence minimal, and her impact borderline negative. She's out there running cardio drills, while the real ballers are making plays, taking over games, and flipping narratives. Meanwhile, other rookies are making statements, delivering real results. Angel, on the other hand, is busy perfecting her scowl. Every game feels like a rerun of the same tired script. Big talk, small performance, a team in disarray. If her career were a movie, critics would call it a beautiful trailer but no substance.
Chicago Sky played some good defense. I mean, whenever the Chicago Sky play their best defense, they don't score. And so it's one of those things, you're a little outgunned. What happened? How did it all start? Where did it all finish? Obviously, Angel Reese just keeps showing up. And last night, Angel Reese went in there 29 minutes, 4-10, right? 4-7 from the free throw line, went ahead and battled.
The irony is glaring. Angel Reese has marketed herself as a symbol of confidence, boldness, and self-awareness. That's commendable until her on-court performance turns into the punchline. Claiming to be the blueprint means delivering results, not just flashy monologues or hype. But the league isn't swayed by words alone. They want production. Unfortunately, Reese hasn't just fallen short. She's made her home in mediocrity. Atlanta made that painfully clear, not just outplaying the Sky, but completely erasing them from the game. Every time Rhyne Howard scored, it was a reminder of the gap between real impact and inflated hype. Howard was dropping jaws, while Reese was losing possessions, seemingly trying to find her way. One looks like a future MVP, the other like she's still searching for directions. The truth is brutal but necessary. Angel Reese has made no meaningful impact on her team. Zero. Nada. The only thing she consistently contributes is disappointment. She was supposed to bring fireworks, but brought only fizz. The Chicago Sky sit at the bottom of the standings, and it's not due to bad luck or some mysterious curse. It's because their star player is allergic to consistency and commitment. Maybe she's waiting for the perfect moment to shine, after the team's season is over and everyone has gone home. Or perhaps we're simply witnessing the unraveling in real time, with her 15 minutes of fame ticking away the moment she stepped onto that court.
Angel Reese and Chicago Sky fall to Atlanta Dream. What went wrong? 88-70 was the score. And pretty much the whole game, it was back and forth. Howard made a career high 9 3-pointers, tying the wnba single game record, and finished with a season high 36 points Atlanta Dream beat the Chicago Sky 88-70 on Friday night. In addition, Atlanta's Brittany Griner moved into second place on the WNBA career blocks list, passing Lisa Leslie. Howard broke the Dream's franchise record for three-pointers.
Now we're down to the final seconds, and nothing has changed. The media buzz that once celebrated her has gone eerily quiet. You can almost hear the tumbleweeds rolling across her empty stat sheet. Meanwhile, other players are building their legacies, but Angel is busy ghostwriting her excuses, trying to spin her shortcomings. She wanted the spotlight, and now she has it, only it's not the flattering kind. This one's fluorescent and painfully honest. The fans aren't fools, they're watching closely. They see the effort, the output, or lack thereof, and are wondering why their team continues to pretend this experiment is still working. The Chicago Sky didn't just lose to Atlanta, they were exposed. Not by whispers or critics, but by a scoreboard that screams, "This team is in trouble." Angel Reese isn't just underperforming, she's becoming the symbol of unfulfilled promise. The poster child for what happens when hype crashes into reality and bounces off the rim. If this is the superstar era she promised, then somebody needs to change the channel. Because while the league continues to evolve and genuine talent rises, Angel keeps trying to convince everyone she belongs at the table, while the league quietly pulls her chair away, leaving her sitting alone in the spotlight of disappointment.
It says here, guys, that the general manager, Jeff Pagliocca, is it Pagliocca or Pagliosa? You guys know I'm bad with names. But pretty much, he's opened up the publications about his team's performance and shared his thoughts on how Angel Reese could contribute more to their team's goals, and admits he's disappointed with the start to the WNBA season. What did you expect, Jeff? You sold your future for the present. You really had in your head that Angel Reese is a #1 talent. She's a superstar. And you guys continue to inflate her head, inflate her mindset, which feeds.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you go from being the talk of the town to the afterthought of the season. Angel Reese, MVP in theory, MIA in practice. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky continue their freefall, and the only thing lower than their win percentage is the patience of their fans. Even when Angel Reese does manage to score, it has all the grace and coordination of someone slipping on a banana peel and landing on the winning lottery numbers. You blink twice, trying to figure out if the ball really went in or if the scoreboard glitched out of pity. It's the kind of accidental success that feels less like skill and more like divine intervention from the basketball gods, who just wanted to spice things up for the audience. Because at this point, Reese making a bucket is a plot twist. It's that rare scene in a horror movie where the clueless character doesn't trip over air and actually escapes. People don't cheer because of the points. They cheer because it's so shocking that it feels like a live magic show. Her jump shots look like someone lobbed a pumpkin at a carnival hoop during halftime. There's a trajectory, sure, but not one governed by any known laws of physics. And while we're on the topic of her legendary impact, let's give her a standing ovation. Because Angel Reese is now the first player in WNBA history to reach 100 rebounds. Not rebounds, respbounds. You know, those moments where she grabs her own miss not because she's hustling, but because she was the only one confused enough to chase it down. It's not about second chances. It's about recovering from her own self-inflicted damage. It's a one-woman ping-pong tournament out there.
We dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to talk about the things called Angel Reese and the WNBA. This is actually starting to make the rounds. I just can't get over it. Angel Reese is the first player in the WNBA this season to reach 100 rebounds. Farkacast, who, I thought I was following, 50 me-bounds. 98 were her own misses. God. Oh, I love this one. An oldie but goodie. Exactly. They hate you online but love you in person. She rebounded her own tweet.
Rebound. The iconic move where she tosses the ball into the air like she's carefree, then chases after it with a fierce determination. It's chaos in motion, basketball's version of a boomerang. The crowd watches in disbelief as she takes a shot that's nowhere close to dropping, only to immediately become her own rebounder, as if she planned it all along. Spoiler alert, she didn't. The funniest part? The commentators keep hyping it up as if she's rewriting the rebounding textbook, when in reality she's just trying to clean up her own mess. It's like giving someone a medal for sweeping up the glass they just shattered. Opponents aren't even bothering to fight for rebounds. Most are already sprinting back on offense, aware of how this story usually ends. They've seen the trailer: brick, scramble, Reese bound, repeat. At this rate, Angel Reese might as well be sponsored by Gorilla Glue, because the ball just keeps sticking to her hands after every clanged shot from the land of misfires. If effort were the only stat that mattered, she'd be a Hall of Famer by tomorrow. But this isn't a charity league. The objective isn't to see how many rebounds you can snag off your own missed shots. It's about making shots, plural, intentionally, on purpose. That's the real game she needs to learn to play.
Chicago Sky, I don't know what the y'all got going on, but that coach y'all got, y'all need to fire his ass. If I knew his name, I'd flame his ass right now, but hey, he is not a good coach. Teresa Witherspoon, I think her name was, right? She a good coach. She is way better than the coach we got right now in Chicago. Angel Reese, it's gonna be okay, girl. We gonna say you just leave or something. Like, damn, she is too good to be wasting her goddamn time out there, and y'all stud her goddamn grown. She already can't jump like that, but she can play hella defense, and she got heart, and y'all ripping her heart to goddamn tread. Chicago Sky, get this together.
And let's be honest, these aren't high IQ basketball plays. This isn't Dennis Rodman calculating bounce angles or orchestrating perfect rebounds. It's pure, frantic scrambling. Chaos in motion. Half the time, it looks like she's playing against herself in a self-created 5-on-1 drill. The other players are just standing around, watching Reese perform an interpretive dance of miss it, chase it, miss it again, scream into the void. But at least she's active. That's more than can be said for the rest of Chicago's strategy, which lately seems to involve praying someone stumbles into a good decision. Reese just happens to be the most animated part of the chaos, crashing her own party every possession like a toddler fueled by fruit snacks and dreams. There's effort, sure, but it's all misdirected, like a GPS with a vendetta. Even the scoreboard operators look exhausted. They don't know whether to count it as 1 possession or 6. By the time Reese secures her 3rd rebound on the same trip down the floor, the defense is already at the concession stand ordering nachos. Fans are left dizzy, trying to track her movements. It's not basketball anymore. It's performance art with a scoreboard. Chaos, energy, and a little bit of madness. Reese's game is a wild spectacle that leaves everyone guessing what comes next.
I think what we can expect to see is the now development in year 2 for Camila Cardoso and Angel Reese, and what that's going to look like to become one of the best front court tandems in the WNBA. With now a year of chemistry underneath their belts together, I feel like for them to really take things to another level, they're going to have to be the most physical and productive front courts to ultimately help this team push forward for that playoff race. And I want to see more high-low action between them, and just overall Angel Reese, what she has done this offseason has been incredible to see how she has grown with Unrivaled.
And just when you think she might finally break the cycle and sink the shot on the first try, she reminds you, nope. That would be too simple. There's a strange rhythm to this chaos. Miss, crash, rebound, kick out, re-enter the paint, and repeat. It's a relentless loop that feels like deja vu every single quarter. If the WNBA awarded points for persistence, she'd be MVP by halftime. But sadly, trophies aren't handed out for almosts. And hustle alone can't fix accuracy forever. Eventually, you have to put the ball through the hoop without needing 3 rebounds and a prayer. All the spinning, crashing, and chasing has to lead somewhere. Yet, so far, it hasn't. The rebounds might make for entertaining highlight reels and padded box scores, but they aren't helping the Sky climb higher than 12th place. They aren't lifting the team or intimidating opponents. Instead, they're just the latest symptom of a system built on flash rather than substance. Reese is grabbing headlines, yes, but she's also grabbing her own bricks. Again and again. Over and over and over. The chaos is captivating, but it doesn't translate into wins. It's a spectacle, but one that leaves the sky looking for more than just rebounds. Something to turn all this energy into real success. If you enjoy leaving a like and subscribing, more videos are on the screen now.